it's me. I haven't posted in a while because my life has been weird. I did post a very short video about a walk in the woods because that's basically what sums my latest mood up. I've just been reading and writing a lot. I just came back to school, online school, after my winter break, and yeah, I've been writing a lot. The last time we talked about this, I was on draft 2 back in April 27th or 28th, something like that, and I'm still in draft 2. It's July, but my book is gaining a lot of character in my opinion, and it's becoming something more unique, more me, and I get it quite more than I used to. I also started like naming the chapters, so each chapter has a purpose to be there. Like it used to be just numbers, and that made it really easy to just write nonsense chapters, like chapters that weren't really necessary and nothing really happened in them. So I cut those off and I started titling them. So in my head is quite more organized than it used to, and that it has been during the past few years while being in this project. I'm really excited about how it's turning out. I'm really excited about where it's going, and I have a pretty clear idea about book 2 and book 3, as I told you in my moving vlog, I think it was. I feel productive every time I write because I know I added something to this chapter, and this chapter is called this way for a reason, and it has a reason to be there, and it's important to the plot and to the character development. So it feels like I'm doing something, and it feels like I have a purpose behind all these editing moments and these editing efforts, because it's been really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been extremely hard to edit this book because sometimes you feel like everything is so wrong. It's so poorly written that you don't know what to fix in order to make it better, because it just seems easier to just rewrite it and not edit what you already have, because you don't know where to start, because it's very overwhelming. But once you start getting the hang of it, and once you start getting in the story, suddenly the way you do it doesn't really matter, because you are in the zone, as some people call it. That was so lame. You're in there and you're not an author or a writer or a person anymore. You're just one more character inside your story, trying to make it look more appealing and more beautiful and more exciting and thrilling. So at first you're out of it, and seeing the story written this way from the outside is really overwhelming, as I just said. But once you get in it, it's suddenly not hard anymore, because you just know what to do and you know where to go, because you're in there, you're in that place with all these fictional people around you, and you know what they have to say to you. You know, you're really listening to them, and you know what they're going through, and it's quite easier to represent that in words. I mean, I've experienced lately a couple of scenes that have just gotten me feeling really overwhelmed and feeling emotions that aren't mine. They're my characters, but I still feel them a lot. I feel them so much and so intensely that after I finish editing a chapter that contains a panic attack, or just an emotional process regarding a death, or something simpler like an existential crisis that isn't simple at all. I just don't know why I said that. But normal things that everybody goes through when you write about them through your character's voice and through their minds, only if you're in there, it's inevitable to feel everything they're feeling. So I guess that's what it makes it such a hard process to go through that and fix it, because there's really no right way to do it. It's just, you could just write it in a simple way or in a very intense and complex way. They could both be okay, but it's what resonates with you the most that feels right. I've been feeling the things my characters feel quite more than how I used to look at it. Like I don't know how to explain myself. I guess for a long while I wasn't able to get inside my story, and I was just trying to focus on it from the outside, and that made it really hard to work on it as like during the editing process, because you're just trying to fix words and make them sound beautiful or cool or more sophisticated, when that's not really the point of it, is it? That's not it. Once you actually let yourself go of all your mental limitations, you really start feeling the story, and it's way easier to just go from there. And I've been having pretty good writing days, editing days, but I've been written like many words, because first draft is just a plan of what's going to happen, but you don't really focus as much on their thoughts and feelings. And I guess I tried to during first draft and I failed, because all of their thoughts and feelings felt pretty forced when I read them now, like recently. So now that I'm feeling what they're feeling, it's way more comforting and satisfying to write about that, because that's actually what I'm feeling. And it's like a mirror, because I guess I write about those feelings because I've had them before, but now it's them, and by them I mean the characters, who are feeling them, and that makes me feel it again. So it's like a mirror going back and forth, and it's really intense. Emotions have been all over the place, and I'm really excited about where this is going. I'm really excited about what I'm doing. Because this is a fantasy book, sometimes my mind just plays a really sucky game with me and tells me none of this actually makes sense, and I don't know why I'm doing this, because it has nothing to do with real life. But that is such a stupid trick that my mind does, and I hate it, because it's not really what I believe. I really believe in fantasy, and I believe in magic, and I believe in energy, and I believe in all the things regarding those giant topics. So I do think it makes sense, and it has a lot of meaning to me to write about something that is simply an unconscious way of how I look at the world. I started working on this project when I was 13, and I was just trying to do something for fun, because it came out of me and I didn't really control it or thought about it like I do now. And I've come to realize now, many years later, that I've been writing about really simple things like family and parents and independence and freedom and love and pain and loss. And there are things that are everywhere in every single person, and there are things that I've lived and things I'm scared of, and I hadn't realized I was just writing about that. Now I know that, and it's such a revelation for me, because this is a story that's very attached to my heart, and I love it very much, and I'm really passionate about it. I guess it's sort of a rebellion against everyone who's ever said, how can you be passionate about something that is so far away from reality, because it's a fantasy? And I think that really makes no sense. That sentence is just it's not what I believe in, and I don't trust it. I don't think it's true. For me, it doesn't make sense to me, and it's not a part of who I am. And you can interpret it the way you want to, and it's fine. And fantasy has been everything to me through books, through all the books that I read, and through what I write and what I imagine. And I think magic has always been there for me, and I'll never get over it as everybody says you should. It's not something you just get over, it's something you have to murder once you become an adult, and I don't want to do that. Murdering that belief, murdering the existence of magic and imagination and fantasy is a way to kill a part of myself that I'm not willing to kill. Because why should I? Because why is becoming an adult suddenly becoming an extremely rational being that just doesn't look beyond? So I guess it's been a very existential update on my writing process. I think that the next time I might talk to you about this, I will be on draft 3 instead of draft 2. But I have to say, draft 2 has been quite a journey for me, and I'm really enjoying it so much, because I've started working on book 2 simultaneously. It's all so exciting to just be able to jump back and forth from... It's been really exciting to be able to jump back and forth in time and mess up with the timelines in my characters' lives and just have fun with it and feel like a master of a world, because I own it and I can do whatever I want with it. Like, there are people who read it that way, and there are so many bad jokes and bad sentences and bad dialogue and poor development of emotions and feelings and thoughts. And I guess it was me experimenting without any further planning, and I guess that's how you discover most of things, like experimenting without planning things ahead or anything. But yeah, I'm super grateful for that process. I wouldn't be here planning the next books if it weren't for that experience. Oh, it just makes me cringe a little bit thinking about it, thinking about draft 1, and just like, it was so different. I practically just killed draft 1, and draft 2 has become something absolutely different, but it's still the same atmosphere and the same purpose behind it. It's just, I feel like it's way better, but I'm still gonna feel like it's really sucky once I start draft 3 probably, and it's just an ongoing wheel of just thoughts. That's it. That's my writing update, I guess. This is my word count at the moment. I've been editing and I've been trying to cut words, but honestly I think draft 2 isn't about cutting words, because I've added like 10,000 words, no more. I used to have like 114,000 words or something like that in draft 1, and now I have like 136,000 or something. I don't know. I'll put the number here. That's my word count at the moment, and I don't know, I'm really excited about everything. I'm still nowhere near the end of draft 2, but I'm going really fast, which is surprising because I'm a slow worker, but it's okay. I'm really excited about my pace and everything. If I could, I'd just write all day. I'm really excited. It's a good day. Yesterday was an awesome writing day. Today's been a good writing day. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Hopefully, once I see you again, I'll be done with draft 2, but we don't know that. And yeah, I'm not gonna hope anything. I just go with the flow. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.